Has anybody else got any ideas to the room as to if somebody says we're not interested, we're happy with what we've got? Any ideas on rebuttals or responses that you use today?
Hello?
Oh,
I'm just giving it a think, but I just think that my approach and just because of how I would reach out to account based on signal, I mean, if they're telling me they're currently happy, so you're not looking to improve,
mm,
is if these are the results based on my research I would have done,
yeah.
the results that you're getting, you can clearly do better. So, I'll give an example. As someone who is currently selling a sales enablement solution, and I'm seeing that you're currently hiring, the process must not be working. And I do agree with Kirsten. I would just be bold enough to say, so you're not looking to improve, you don't want to make, because I feel like sometimes it will throw them off and then they would either respond. I mean, it can go two ways. They could be rude, but sometimes I do find that when you ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, which I've come across, they don't want to give you a number.
Mm,
They don't want to cooperate with that. So you kind of have to learn. I'm now avoid saying on a scale of 1 to 10 because they just don't possibly. Sometimes they don't want to talk on the phone, so they
yeah.
don't want to give you a number. They're just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to think about what the percentage of that is.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that is really interesting as well, where you're selling sales enablement, so you're selling to potentially like heads of sales and people working within sales enablement, and asking them on a scale of 1 to 10 if they're not forthcoming, you can't pull it out of them, right?
Yeah.
If they don't want to do it, and I think if, like to Kirsten's point, asking a bold question, you can sometimes soften it by the way that you're going across. So Samantha, some people that I'm looking for tell me things are great, but they're always looking for margins of improvement. I'm not sure if that's the case for you. If that person said, well, yeah, maybe, I said, okay, a couple of things that I'm hearing they'd like to improve is this, this, this. Do any of those sound familiar for you? And if they say, yeah, then I'll try and pick it apart. But if that person says, it's cool, don't need anything, not willing to share, great. I'm not going to waste too much time on that person because they're perhaps not ready now to have that chat with them. But yeah, and it's interesting the scale isn't working with them on the 1 to 10, so it's a good way to try and figure out another way. But I love that. Thank you very much, Samantha. All right, OG Ogan, was that all good for you?
Yeah, that's more than good actually. Excellent. Very nice answers. Always good to see how the others are responding to it from external organizations, obviously.
And Kiani, did you have a question or a comment to add?
A comment to add, actually.
Please.
Um, Based on the last thing you said, what I try to do lately too is that when they're not really forthcoming or they don't want to open up that immediately, is using the benchmarking, like, that you yearly, you check your car, you go to the dentist, you do these things like on a yearly basis, because even if nothing's wrong, you want to prevent that in the future something does go wrong. And using that has opened up quite a bit of in like possibilities, because people are like, well, it's true, you do checkups on a regular basis, not to fix it straight away, but to prevent it gets worse. And that usually opens the door for them to, like, okay, at least go ahead and have a further conversation, check what can be improved, and then go from there.
Love that. So it's like bringing it like to an annual health check or like a MOT for your car. It's something we have to do at some point, but maybe it's not right now. You need to change stuff. And Kiana, that's beautiful. Could you maybe share an example of how would you say that to a prospect? So if they said, "We're all cool, Kiani, don't need it," how would you respond to that?
No, like, start always with the acknowledgement, like, it's great to hear that you're happy, or that you decided to already move forward with these things, because you're further ahead than most of the other companies I'm talking to. You know that being happy right now doesn't mean that you cannot improve. And you also do go to the dentist every now and then to have your regular checkup. Why don't you do the same with your providers? Because, you prevent that you're going to have pain in the future. You can have the same with your provider.
I love it.